What's up, my good people? Eric here. And I just got done taking a trip down memory lane by watching a movie that I had completely forgotten until the other day, and that is The Flintstones, the 1994 live action. I barely remembered it, but I got to talking about it with a friend on the way home from work, and found out it was on Hulu and decided to watch it this morning. What a trip. So, the movie is a little bit cringy, a little very tongue in cheek. It's a bizarre world. A world that really, honestly, makes zero sense. It's the Stone Age. They have stone tools, of course. Dinosaurs are in this age. And then there are television sets and the radios on their car on their vehicles. So yeah, really they've just got whatever. Truly, it's a little the plot relatively simple. You can only squeeze so much into an hour and a half. So and it went like I said, it went quick. Really, it was a cool trip down this memory lane here. Um, But yeah, the plot. Fred Flintstone, played by John Goodman, he was born, looks exactly like Fred Flintstone, born for this role. Rick Moranis as um, Barney is literally perfect. You got Rosie O'Donnell as Betty. Elizabeth Perkins played Wilma. I have no idea what else Elizabeth Perkins acts in. Um, But the main plot follows Kyle MacLachlan as Cliff Vandercave and his insidious plot to embezzle a lot of money from the company he currently works at. Him and his secretary, Halle Berry. Halle Berry is a little bit, that's a little, I don't know why that just kind of threw me off being just as a secretary. I don't know. She's just there as a secretary, as a woman's secretary is her only role. She really doesn't do anything else to look other than to look attractive and kind of dupe Fred into messing up. But anyways, plot or the story, it starts out Barney wants to adopt a child. So Fred pulls a lot of money out and gives it to Barney. And then Barney ends up adopting this child of trauma raised by some dinosaur, I think it was, or saber tooth. I don't even remember what, but raised by a wildlife. So he's rabid, but that is Bam Bam, and Bam Bam knows one word, and that's Bam Bam. Or I guess that would be two. His name, I don't really know. But she's a wild child with extreme strength. As an incredible friend that Fred is, Barney wants to make it up to him. So a position comes about. Some type of executive job comes about in this quarry company, and Fred wants it. Everyone wants it, but Fred really wants it. Well, they had to take a test for it. He failed, and Barney, not so obviously, did really well, but before he switched tests on him so Fred would win, Fred ends up winning the contest. This executive position was only brought about so that Kyle MacLachlan could pretty much pin the blame of embezzlement onto whoever got this position, and it ends up being Fred. But with this position comes more money and more power, and it ends up going to Fred's head. He starts buying nice things, extravagant things, a new car, new addition to his house, new garbage disposal, new everything he can, and ruins his friendship with Barney because he acts like a snobbish a-hole POS. And it ends up coming about that towards the end, he stupidly signs a bunch of documents without reading. Lo and behold, firing everyone at this this quarry. They all get mad and riot. He's kind of left with having to clear his name because he unwittingly did this. He has to clear his name. Wilma ends up, the woman behind every man, she ends up going to that little bird thing, that parrot bird thing, and getting the evidence required to clear Fred's name. Meanwhile, as Kyle MacLachlan's plot falls apart, he kidnaps the children, so Fred will return the evidence that would clear his name, and Kyle MacLachlan ends up dying by asphyxiation in concrete towards the end. So yeah, that was pretty. Now that I just said that, horrendous ending for Kyle MacLachlan, but it was a good movie, happy ending. Fred realized the error of his ways and that friendship is more important, and everything kind of went back to normal. But yeah, it was just like fun. It was just a wild little trip in this bizarre world where stuff exists where it shouldn't. But it was just something like the hand tools look like everything's made out of wood and stone, but they're just exaggerated. And their vehicle has a radio, and they punch their time card in a dinosaur, and he bites down. That's their punch card, and they pop a bottle tab with an animal, or their newspapers are made out of big slates of rock, or the one that I thought was comical was they have Fred's alarm system to wake him up in the morning is a crystal that once the sun goes through the window, it goes into this crystal, it burns a rope that's attached to a rock that falls on his head. Thinking about this, if anything, that rock would just make you sleep longer. Knock you out. And then, you got Dino, the creepy little mini brontosaurus dog thing, and the over-exaggerated ribbed meat, rack of ribs that's on the side of the car that tips him over. They have a Rock Donald's, I think it was called. Some type of McDonald's, I think. A department store. Yeah, really, it's honestly just interesting just to watch it, just for like what all they mixed between modern and the prehistoric, because there's some weird things. Wilma's mother is Elizabeth Taylor, so she hates Fred. Wants wish Wilma married someone with more success, like Mr. Firestone, which is a take on the brand of tire, Firestone tires. So that's funny. She said the only thing that Fred the Flintstone invented was the excuse, which I thought was pretty comical. So their garbage disposal is a new is an animal that just, it's like a pit, like a boar thing. It's just a wild world, and really for the hour and a half that it was enjoyable. So yeah, I'll stop it there, and let me know what you think or not, and I will catch you on the next one. So